Hello everyone, this is Dr. Carmen, and today we're going to be talking about the 4 best exercises for recovering rotator cuff injury. So here we go. The first exercise that we're going to be talking about is a doorway stretch. So all you need, of course, it's a door. And you're going to go ahead and you're going to place your hand kind of right parallel to the door frame, just like this. And what you're going to do, you're going to move your body forward and away, and then you're going to move it back. You're going to move your body forward and away. You're going to feel a nice stretch. The anterior portion right here, and back, forward and back. What this is going to do is going to prime your rotator cuff muscles for more strenuous activity. So let's go ahead and get into the second exercise. So for the doorway stretch, we want to do 3 sets of 10 reps, at least 3 times a week. Our second exercise is the high to low row. So for this exercise, you can perform it at the gym, on the cable machine, or if you're at home, again, you can use a door stopper or a resistance band. So what that's gonna look like, feet shoulder width apart. Remember, you're gonna turn your feet out a little bit so you can engage your glutes. You're gonna go ahead and squeeze your glutes so you can be in that neutral pelvic tilt. And this is gonna also force for you to engage your core. So from here, we're shoulder width apart, and what we're gonna do is we're going to dynamically pull towards us and squeeze the shoulder blades. We're gonna pull towards our chest, and then we're gonna slowly return back to the position that we began in. So again, what this looks like, squeeze the shoulder blades, slowly return back to the beginning position. Remember that tempo work is super important to strengthening your muscles. When you're just doing this, you're doing nothing but wearing yourself and your joints out. So perform exercises with correct technique. Okay, you want to do this exercise? 3 sets, 10 reps, at least 3 times a week. All right, here's the third exercise, reverse flies. Now you can perform this exercise with dumbbells. Now, since I'm going to assume that you're at home and you don't have dumbbells, let's perform this exercise with a resistance band. Here we go. So the first and most important thing when doing this is you want to start with your feet shoulder width apart, okay? And now you want a slight bend in your knees. We want a slight bend in our knees, and then you're gonna keep your back straight and you're gonna hip hinge, right? So we're not gonna do lumbar flexion, we're gonna hip hinge. What's the difference? Here we go. So from the side, this is lumbar flexion, okay? Back is straight, cervical spine engaged. This is hip hinge. I'm hinging from my hips. One of the things that you can do for this is put your pinky right here on the hip bone and your thumb on the rib and hinge forward. That is a hip hinge. So you're gonna go ahead, again, feet shoulder width apart, and slight bend in the knees. The spine is neutral, hip hinge, okay? And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull our shoulders back and engage, and we're gonna pull our arms away into this reverse fly without locking out our elbows. So make sure to not lock out your elbows. So what this looks like is hold, back together, out, hold, squeeze the shoulder blades, slowly back together, slowly back together. Now, if you're getting low back pain while performing this exercise, this is because you're actually not squeezing your glutes. So, quality movement is built on quality foundation. If that happens, turn your toes outward just a little bit, just to give a nudge to those glutes so that they can stay engaged. So, here we go. Hip hinge, shoulder width apart, shoulders pull back, and we are reverse flying. Squeeze, slowly back together. And squeeze, and slowly back together. And squeeze, and slowly back together. Notice how my cervical spine is also neutral, so make sure you're not looking up at the ceiling and you're not looking down at the floor. Keep your cervical spine neutral. So for this exercise, 3 sets, 10 reps, at least 3 times a week. For our fourth and last exercise, again, we're gonna need a resistance band. We are going to perform the lawn mower pull. You can do this with dumbbells. If you're at home, use your resistance band. So the first thing we're gonna do is gonna go ahead, we're gonna place our resistance band out. place them on the ground. And then once you adjust your band, right, to give you the tension and room to perform the move, because we're gonna be pulling it. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm going to have a slight bend in the knees, and I'm going to hip hinge. Place my hand on the hip, grab the resistance band from where I want to pull, and then I'm going to squeeze my butt. I'm gonna tighten my core, watch my breath, inhale, hold, brace, pull. You should feel a really nice squeeze, and then you're gonna slowly return it back to that starting position. Make sure your spine is neutral. Bring it back up to that starting up position. So for this exercise, again, you wanna do 3 sets, 10 reps on each side. And if you have any questions, please ask your local corrective chiropractic doctor to help you out with proper technique while performing these exercises.